And I gave him two different options of how we can cross that. And I said, get rid of all your ego, get rid of your pride. You know, there's no ego out here. It's life or death. It's not a case of winning or losing. I want you to scout those two locations. I'm going to leave you to it. I'm going to go off for 10 minutes and leave you with your own thoughts. And I need you to come and tell me whether you feel you're capable and confident enough to be able to tackle one of the two. And I was like, and don't lie to me, because when we are halfway over the landslide, if I then see on your face, which I will, that you can't continue, there's no turning back.
It's funny you say that, because it's making me think now as well about hiring people in business. You're always taught to sell the company and sell the benefits of the company and tell them all the good things to make them want to come work for you. And it was actually JP who was doing a talk for my team back in December. Okay. We were talking about values, and it was a big it's kind of a big turning point for me where I realised the reason I've got a problem with so many situations, so many members of staff, is because I've never actually laid out my values to them, and almost just expect them to know what they are by seeing me. Yeah. So what we then did is I went away over Christmas and I wrote what is my kind of values and pillar document of these are 14 or 15 of them on there. These are my values, these are my expectations. About how I behave, and therefore how we behave as a business, and therefore that's how I want you to behave. Because if I've never told you that from the outset, how can I then blame you and bollock you for it afterwards? But now we're very clear about it from the beginning. Yeah. So if I say, I don't know, you're expected to be proactive or entrepreneurial, or we love to work at 11 o'clock at night on a Sunday. Well, if I've never told you that before, then how can I expect you? But now I have told you. So if you come and you don't do it, then I've got every right to bollock you. And I guess it's just the same with that, really. If you only tell everyone the good stuff, then
yeah, for sure. And I think it goes one step further to say that when a UK photographer came out, he flew out from the UK to China to join me for 3 weeks on the Yangtze hike. We were met by a landslide. And I said to him, look, this is a pretty dangerous landslide. There's no way around it. The mountain range is too big. We could detour, but I would add 3 days, and I've already got a year along. I don't want to add any days if I can help it. And I gave him two different options of how we can cross that. And I said, get rid of all your ego, get rid of your pride. There's no ego out here. It's life or death. It's not a case of winning or losing. I want you to scout those two locations. I'm going to leave you to it. I'm going to go off for 10 minutes and leave you with your own thoughts. And I need you to come and tell me whether you feel you're capable and confident enough to be able to tackle one of the two. And I was like, and don't lie to me, because when we are halfway over the landslide, if I then see on your face, which I will, that you can't continue, there's no turning back.
I'll be leaving you with the wolves.
Yeah, as in like it was so bad, the landslide, that he almost couldn't do a 180 and go back. That's how sketchy this was. And I left him for 10 minutes. And whatever decision he makes is the right decision. I would go, because I don't know his capabilities. I know he came back and he said, no, the risks are too big. And that was day one, 6 hours into day one, when he was supposed to join me for 3 weeks. And he made the right choice. I was like, yeah, let's go back and send you on your way back to the UK. And we did, because it's at that point where you've really got to lay it out for them. And they can only tell you from that point whether they can do what you've set for them or whether they can't. And he had a wife and a kid back at home as well, so the risks were just simply too big. And I kind of left it on him, which was good, because I don't know anyone else's capabilities that joined me. And I think 10 of the 16 people that joined me were evacuated. Wow. And I got to a point where I just put a stop on the expedition. No one could join me, because I often forget, and you'll know from business, I didn't give myself credit for what I had achieved and experienced. Therefore, I would just let people join. Like, yeah, of course, it's only like sort of hiking, but it's survival, watch out for the wolves and bears. And straight away, that's enough to freak people out. Well, they don't know how to, it's like me trying to join them as a photographer and like trying to keep up as a pro photographer. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing. Whereas they were in my industry then, and they were kind of like, fuck this.